Alright, we are live! Hello, everybody, and that sort of thing. So, let's see here. I guess I'll just say what I'm planning on doing today. Today, we're going to be revisiting some places that we visited in the past. Because my trainer, Red, needs to kind of get a few new Pokemon. One of those Pokemon is going to be in our team, so that'll be interesting. What Pokemon will that be? You'll find out. I can tell you one thing, it's not Mew. That would be cool, but it probably ain't happening. Anyway, while I'm waiting for people to possibly show up... Oh, I should tweet this. Okay, there. I tweeted it. And so I was saying, while waiting for people to show up, I'm just going to go ahead and do this here. Patreon shoutouts. And these shoutouts are going to... Snow Kieran, Hidoru, and a special thanks to my special sponsor, Lit Dragon. So, in the last stream, my trainer, along with a Sandslash buddy of mine, Notlantis, wound up defeating Lieutenant Surge, and we now have a grand total of 3 badges. That leaves 5 more to go. It's certainly taking a while to get all those badges, but I'm enjoying myself for most of the way. There are parts that haven't been that fun. In particular, the last stream I was just recovering from an illness and kind of exhausted myself in a hurry. It's a good thing that I wasn't really fighting much. But for the most part, it's definitely been worth streaming this game. Especially for the sake of showing how Red trains me. I had considered let's playing this at YouTube at one point, but I'm doing other stuff at YouTube right now and really wanted to play Pokemon, and so we've been playing it here, and it's definitely been worth it. Alright, so here we are at the location in which I was caught. Headed back to this place because I said I would, and so I did. And now we're ready to kind of move on and check out a few things. For example, we got a tree right here that needs cut. Let's go ahead and cut it down. Or Dino Plant will cut it down. In case anybody is out there is a tree hugger, don't worry, these trees grow back faster than you can say sassafras. If only it worked like that in real life. The rainforest would grow back a whole lot faster. Yawn. I must have dozed off in the sun. I had this dream about a drowsy eating my dream. What's this? Where did this TM come from? This is spooky. Here, you can have this TM. Cool. That'll actually be kind of useful. That was an interesting dream, by the way. Being a drowsy? Huh. So TM42 is Dream Eater. Oh. How convenient. Coincidental? That sort of thing. That does add a certain amount of freakiness to it, though. I'm just going to go over here real quick, because there's a person over here I never talked to during my first visit here, and I'm kind of curious what he says. You want to know about the 2 kinds of caterpillar Pokemon? I kind of already know, but sure. Caterpie has no poison, but Weedle does. Watch out for its poison and sting. Not really important information, not for a while at least, given that in this version of the game you can't actually find Weedles in Viridian Forest. Speaking of Viridian Forest, there is a sign there that we completely missed, and while it's definitely not important to know what a sign said, I'm a very curious Pokemon. And so I have asked Red to take us to that sign to find out what it says. It is weird that I have to rely on a trainer to take me places, instead of going there myself. What's that sign said, Red? For poison, use antidote. Get it at Pokemon Marts. Again, that would be much more useful information if we had to worry about poison in this forest. Alright, now let us just take the shortcut around the forest. Actually, there's a few people we passed by along the way that we skipped because I did not have the energy to continue streaming and I wanted to get to a point where I could quit. Let's see, start with you. Once a Pokemon learns Flash, you're not relevant yet. Hi, remember me? I'm Professor Oak's aide. If you caught 10 kinds of Pokemon, I'm supposed to give you an HM05. Hey, come to think of it, didn't we see you at some other place near Vermilion City? Guy must get around. So, Red, have you caught at least 10 kinds of Pokemon? Yep. Great, you have caught 25 kinds of Pokemon. Congratulations! Here you go. And Red got HM05. The HM Flash lights even the darkest dungeons. Yeah, and it sucks too. Let me tell you about HM05. It contains Flash. Flash is like Sand Attack. It makes a Pokemon... It lowers a Pokemon's accuracy. The problem is that it's also inaccurate itself. And here's the thing about Flash and HMs in general. Once a Pokemon learns Flash, you can get through Rock Tunnel. That is not what I thought he was going to tell me about. Instead, I guess I'll just have to tell you guys myself. HMs cannot be unlearned or forgotten. When you have the opportunity to forget a move because you're learning a new move, you cannot forget an HM. Probably because you don't want to forget an HM when you're stuck in the middle of a dungeon that requires an HM to get out of. That would be kind of game-breaking right there. It's kind of unfortunate because, you know, HM05 Flash kind of sucks and you only need it for one dungeon. No, technically two, but one of them's optional. And given the opportunity, I would definitely want to forget Flash. But alas, you can't. A thing that Pokemon can't fight, but it can still use moves like Cut. That's good. Would suck if you couldn't. I'm looking for Clefairy. Want to trade one for Mr. Mime? Yeah. Don't have a Clefairy though. Aw, oh well. Yeah, we actually managed to get a Clefairy, but then we evolved it. So, yeah, gonna have to get another one. In fact, let's go ahead and do that. We need to pass through, Pewter City again anyway, because there's a thing we can get right now. Oh, that's right, we got a bike now. Let's bike it up. You know, given that I got wings, imagine riding a bike and then taking off with it. Like flying over jumps and stuff with your wings or something. I don't know. I had a concept in mind and I failed to provide my thoughts properly. Or something like that. I have not ridden a bike in a long time, and bikes are actually kind of heavy to fly with. I mean, I've done it for like a few feet. I wonder if I could do it now that I'm older, now that my wings are stronger. It's definitely been a long time. We are proud of 2 fossils of very rare prehistoric Pokemon. You can't sneak in the back way. Oh, whatever. Do you know what amber is? Why, no. No, I do not. Yes, I do, but I'm saying no anyway. Amber is fossilized tree sap. Oh, that's pretty simple. The amber is clear and gold. Ooh. Shh! I think that this chunk of amber contains Pokemon DNA. It would be great if Pokemon could be resurrected from it. But my colleagues just ignore me. So I have a favor to ask. Take this to a Pokemon lab and get it examined. You don't have space for this. Well, that's unfortunate. Alright, before we move on, I guess we'll clear up some inventory space. This kind of gets annoying in the Pokemon games. Well, particularly Generation 1. You have very limited space in your inventory. And yet, you got space to store on your computer. I don't know why the game restricts you from having so many items in your inventory when you can just store a whole bunch on your computer as well. Anyway, let's see here. Moonstone. No. Let's go ahead and deposit that. We're not going to use it. HM05, not going to use that. Screw that move. Ability, HM, whatever. Next special. Raises your special defense once in battle. It's kind of like the attacks with Growl or Leer or stuff like that, where it's temporary. And the effect wears off at the end of the battle or when your Pokemon faints or gets switched out. Kind of a waste, actually. I might just sell that. Might have Red just sell that. TM44. What was TM44? I want to say it was Rest. Yeah, that was definitely Rest. Eventually, I'm going to learn Rest. However, I don't have a good use for it right now. So we'll store it for the moment. And TM42, we'll keep on hand because we're actually going to have a use for that pretty soon. Meanwhile, we got a few other TMs in here. What were all of these? Might go ahead and look up... No, don't withdraw the town map. Put that back. Let's get these TMs out. I can't remember what they do. I know one of them is Thunder Wave, and as it turns out, Thunder Wave is not going to be that useful. Okay, TM42 is Dream Eater. What is TM11? Bubble Beam. Oh yeah! That one's a good one. You definitely want to put that back, because I've got a certain Pokemon in mind for that. Dig, yeah, again, certain Pokemon in mind for that. And this one is Thunder Wave. That is the one I was wanting to get out. We're going to sell it. TM42, keep on hand. Get rid of TM11. Or store it. And TM28. TM45, Thunder Wave. As nice as Thunder Wave is, I looked it up and none of the Pokemon I plan on having on my team are going to really make use of it. So might as well sell it and get some money. Alright, now we're going to head to Mount Moon. That was a bird. Now we're going to head to Mount Moon to catch a Clefairy. Oh gosh darn it. Before I started this stream, I told myself, hey, remember to turn off notification sounds, and what do? Not turn off notification sounds. As long as I'm standing here, I want to point this kid out again. This is that I like shorts kid. I didn't think to comment on this when I passed her here earlier, but I've mentioned on more than one occasion that in general I do not wear pants. I got fur. What do I need pants for? Well, I tell you what I need pants for. Society. Society says that if I'm going out in public, I need to wear some sort of lower clothing. And so, although I do like going without pants, anytime I go out in public, I wear shorts. Because wearing shorts is the closest that I'm going to get to going pantsless out there. And in fact, I think that's the entire reason shorts were invented. This is just a theory, but I think there are people like me who don't really like wearing pants or covering their legs, but they have to wear something, so it might as well be shorts. By the way, gotta train my newest party member. Red Koopa might be blue, but he's a red Koopa in the art. Or at least he's got the red shell. Also, he's at level 10, and the rest of us are getting close to level 20, so he's definitely got some catching up to do. So, while we're hunting for that Clefairy, we're gonna take care of a few Zubats and get some experience. They are not terribly difficult to take care of. Now, I've talked about my preference of starter Pokemon before. From Generation 1, I generally prefer the Bulbasaur line. But I also like the Squirtle line, at least to a point. I like Squirtle, and I especially like Wartortle. And I'll get into more detail about why later. I just like how it looks, though, for the most part. Not a fan of Blastoise, though. Definitely not a fan of Blastoise. But because I like Wartortle, that's why we got a Squirtle on my team. Alright, this is where we encountered a Clefairy the first time. Oh, hey! There's a Clefairy! That's convenient. Ooh. Might need a little bit of help there. The problem is, I think most of us are at a point where we're too strong. Any regular attack might KO that Clefairy. But we can at least start to weaken it. See if we can get lucky since it's paralyzed. Oh. Cool. There's also another Pokemon here that we never saw. It's a Paris. Considering we went through this entire dungeon and never found it, I'm not sure what the odds are that I'd be able to find it in a timely manner now. Anyway, caught that Clefairy so we can get a Mr. Mime. Just for the heck of it, let's go ahead and kind of search around, at least for a moment. See if we can locate a Paris, because Red does need to fill his pokédex. I won't take long, just for a minute. Actually, while I'm thinking about it, did we ever catch a Rattata? I want to say we did. Yeah, we did. I kind of want to comment on its information here. Something I didn't think of whenever I read it the first time. If you see one, it is certain that 40 more live in the area. I would like to point out that Rattatas are basically the size of Chihuahuas. Can you imagine 40 Chihuahuas hanging around? Well, at the very least, you wouldn't have to worry about all the Rattatas yapping it up or biting your heels. But still, That's excessive. Alright. Red, see if you can find one more Pokemon, and if it's not a Paris, we'll just go ahead and head back. Not a Paris. Should we heal? Yeah, let's go ahead and heal Red Koopa so it can take care of a few more Zubats on the way out. You know, in hindsight... No, never mind. I was about to say, in hindsight, should have named him Red Parakoopa. Also, wasted a potion. Cause when a Squirtle becomes a War Turtle, it gets wings. And the wings are what appeals to me about War Turtle. Here, we'll go ahead and fight one thing. Let's get you 1 level. How about that? That sound good? You definitely have some catching up to do. There's your level. That's a good start. Presumably. Oh, let's speed this up a bit. Eventually we'll learn Fly. How nice that'll be. Also, the kid over there to the right, down here, mentions wearing shorts in winter. So do I. I don't really need pants even in winter. Cause by then I get my winter coat. My winter coat grows in, that is. Buy a couple more Pokeballs cause we'll probably need them. I'm surprised we haven't been able to find any Great Balls. Well, I mean, we found a couple as treasure, but we haven't been able to buy any. Actually, might want to consider buying a couple more Pokeballs besides those. I don't know. It depends. Well, we do need to catch a Diglett. We haven't caught a Diglett yet. But first, let's go ahead and trade for that Mr. Mime. Looking for Clefairy. Want to trade one for Mr. Mime? Yes. Okay, connect the cable like so. So, interesting thing about Pokemon, trading is a really big aspect of the games. You would get one version and then try to find a person who has the other version because each version has their exclusive Pokemon. And the concept is kinda neat, but at this point, I'm not that interested in trading, because there's just so many Pokemon. You're not going to trade for the sake of completing your Pokédex, because completing your Pokédex is nearly impossible now. Probably all the way impossible, at least without cheating. The only reason I would want to trade Pokemon at this point is for the sake of getting a Pokemon that's not in my version. Red traded Clefairy for Mr. Mime. Hey, thanks! Isn't my old Mr. Mime great? Yeah, sure, kid. His name is Miles. Or it might be if she. Funny thing about Mr. Mime, they're called Mr., but only in English. In Japan, they have a much more gender-neutral name, which is why in future games, when genders were introduced, there can be a female Mr. Mime. Alright, well, that's another Pokemon to the Pokédex. Let's see what the information about it is. There it is. Mr. Mime, the barrier Pokemon, always practices its pantomime act. It makes enemies believe something exists that really doesn't. Or does it? Well, considering one of its attacks actually is to put up a barrier that increases its defense, it probably does exist. Anyway, not really interested in owning a Mr. Mime. It's actually kind of a creepy Pokemon. Alright, let's see here. This base has no reason to exist. Now gotta make our way back to Vermilion City. And along the way, we'll see about catching ourselves a Diglett. Maybe also a Ductrio. Maybe not, though. Those things definitely on the scary side. I suppose we could try. At the very least, though, definitely gonna catch a Diglett for the Pokédex. Really want a special item that you find at level 50. Or not level 50, once you have 50 Pokemon. It's gonna be super handy. Nearly all of my team is weak against Dig. Although, technically Dinoplant is not. I think Dinoplant is actually neutral because Dinoplant is a poison grass Pokemon. But the battle message focuses on the poison aspect, and poison is weak against Dig. Alright, we only got a couple Pokeballs. No, we bought a couple. Never mind. But we only got 4 Pokeballs. Hopefully... Okay, good. Diglett, the mole Pokemon. It prefers dark places. It spends most of its time underground, though it may pop up in caves. Only so much, though. What does a Diglett look like below its head? Nobody knows. The strange thing is, that thing was clearly using Scratch. What was it using Scratch with? Supposedly claws. But where's its claws? You never see them. Maybe it was scratching with its big honking nose. Or is that a mouth? Speaking of nicknames... Oh, should have switched Red Koopa out first. Well, let's see what you can do. You can't do. And we can't run. That's unfortunate. This is why we needed to switch somebody in first. Use next Pokemon? No, can't escape. Then why did you ask me? And if I wasn't getting tongue-tied, the inconsistency would have been pointed out better. Point is, if I can't run, Don't ask me if I want to switch. I need to backtrack a bit in what I was saying, because I feel like I was interrupted somehow and forgot what I was saying. So let's see here. I was commenting on how I can't run. Before that, I was talking about how I should switch. What was I saying before I mentioned should have switched? Uh-oh. I knew as soon as I saw that slow battle wipe that we were encountering this thing. Do you still have Growlithe Chew? Yes? Good. Did not help. Oh yeah, I was about to mention nicknames. It's interesting that in-game trades in all the Pokemon games, everybody has a nickname. Which is why that Mr. Mime is named Miles. Okay, we might be in a bad situation here. Please seed it. Thank you. Didn't mean to use late seed again, but doesn't matter. Can't do anything. Alright. I'm gonna try to catch that Duck Trio. Unlikely as it is, that thing's a beast. It would be nice to have it on the pokédex entry. Ooh, get in another one of those. Awesome. Okay, as close as it is to fainting, I'm willing to bet that if this Pokeball fails, it's going to be fainted by Leech Seed. So it's a good thing that we managed to catch it. I feel good about that catch. I'm almost tempted to ask Red to train this on our team. But we don't really have a use for a ground Pokemon right now. That's why Sandslash had to leave, not Lantis. Duck Trio, the mole Pokemon. A team of triplets that can burrow over 60 miles an hour. That is pretty dang fast. I can't think of anything in real life that can go through the ground that fast. Unless the hole already exists. Due to this, some people think it's an earthquake. Also, it's worth pointing out that a Duck Trio is basically just 3 Digletts grouped together. Not sure how that works. It's kind of like Magnemite and how Magneton is 3 Magnemites grouped together. It's like, how does that evolution work? Do they split apart or do they just attract more Pokemon? And if they attract more Pokemon, what if they evolve in like an airplane or something? Does a Diglett just dig its way up into the plane to merge with its siblings? More importantly, is releasing a Diglett in a plane illegal? Considering that all it does is burrow a hole the moment you release it, that'd be a hole in the plane. Probably not a good thing. Lit says maybe it can't evolve if it's not in the ground. That is entirely possible. Also, I mentioned that it was Lit saying that message, because as it turns out, even though Twitch does save the chats, I've noticed a few of my older streams no longer have the chat saved. There's like no rhyme or reason to it, it's just that randomly here and there, there's a stream that does not have the chat anymore. It's kind of weird. So I'm mentioning Lit and gonna try to mention when anybody says a message, just in case the chat winds up disappearing at some point in the future. Alright, now we are ready to get my next teammate. Should be in the grass here somewhere. That is not it. However, still do not have Pidgeotto in Red's pokédex. So definitely going to try to get that. Hopefully Mega Punch is not stronger than Thunder Shock. Ooh, it was definitely not. Alright. Let's hope for the best. Did not hope enough. Sorry, Ashju. Alright, we're gonna have to actually work for this. Oh yeah, we got rid of Growl. Shoot. Leer. I'm gonna Leer it. I'm a little nervous going up against a Pidgeotto. A level 18 Pidgeotto at that. But we need to weaken its stats, because that thing is pretty dang strong, even despite being only at 2 HP and paralyzed. Alright, this is as much as I'm doing. Get in as many growls as you can, Dino Plant. With its defense lowered and its attack lowered, should be easier to catch. Thing of it is, I think we're down to just one Pokeball. Either one or two. I want to say one. Dang critical hits. Sand attack don't help. One more growl. There. His attack is lowered all the way. Don't suppose Red Koopa or Miles have something of use. Confusion barrier, no. Tackle, tail whip. Could lower your defense more, but... well, why not? See, that is how much all that growling did. That growling was definitely useful. This would actually be good experience for Red Koopa. You know what? Why not? Let's throw this last Pokeball. Think its defense has been lowered enough. And if this fails, Red Koopa can take it out. Nope, we got it. That was a toughie, but we got it. Pidgeotto, the bird Pokemon. Really lazy category name there. This Pokemon is full of vitality. It constantly flies around its large territory in search of prey. I do not like the idea of being prey. Technically, raccoons are in the middle of the food chain, and I imagine Nidorans are kind of in there as well, given that they have a need for poison. Come to think of it, the PC might be starting to get a little full. Should probably take care of that. Because the way it works is the PC is split into multiple boxes, and each box can only hold so many Pokemon. Kind of similar to how you can only hold so many items, and then the rest you have to store on the PC. It's like the game obviously has the memory to store them all in one place, but you can't. It's like the save information is sectioned off somehow, like partitioned. Maybe that's what's going on. It's different partitions, and each partition can only be so much memory. Alright. Don't want you. Like, really, don't really care to have you. I feel a little bad about trading for this Mr. Mime and then suddenly being all, nope, don't want it, bye! But releasing Miles is probably going to be better than keeping it stored on the internet for all time. Just caught the Pidgeotto, but not going to train it. Same goes for the Dugtrio and the Diglett. Definitely not the Diglett, because the only reason we would train it is to evolve it to a Dugtrio. By the way, the fact that Dugtrio in Alola has blonde hair, kind of ridiculous. Keep the Oddish on hand to evolve, same for the Rattata, Venonat, same with that. Don't need the Pidgey, because we got a Pidgeotto. And I know Pidgeotto can evolve into Pidgeot, but that would take a little bit more work than I would care to really worry about. Geodude, Zubat, not gonna train you. Unless, of course, we went to the... Let's do a little something real quick. Okay, first, release the Clefable. While I'm thinking about it. And we're going to do that thing that I said I should have did. And send this Magikarp to the daycare center. Let him worry about raising it. Then at some point we'll come back and get it out and evolve it. Need to buy more Pokeballs still. Hopefully I don't forget to buy more Pokeballs. Oh hey, there's another Pokemon we haven't caught yet. Too bad we don't have any Pokeballs. Screw it, I'm buying Pokeballs now. Because apparently I need them now. Buy 8. Also, wouldn't hurt to buy some more Super Potions. I'm gonna need them because in the near future we're gonna be going through a dungeon full of trainers. And Zubats. Buy a couple repels, just in case. Awakening. Nah, we got plenty. I think we got plenty. How many do we have? 4. Buy 1. Make it an even 5. Well, now that I know that there's a Clefairy in that grass, I kind of want to hang around and kind of try to catch it. Not Clefairy, Jigglypuff. But first things first. I'm going to bring this Magikarp to the daycare. Might find a Clefairy in this grass too. Nope, we didn't. That did. Red went too fast. Okay, get off your bike. Alright. Raise Magikarp, will ya? Eventually, we're going to get to a point where we won't need to take this tunnel to get from one side or the other. Although taking this tunnel is going to be faster than going through Saffron City. Because that's what we're going under, is Saffron City. And Saffron City is a pretty big town. Alright. Where's that Clefairy? It was only a level 5 too. That's interesting. Especially given that Pidgeys are level 15. Wow. That's one low-level Pokemon. Hope I can find another. Would be nice to add to the pokédex. In fact, it's another Pokemon that evolves with a Moonstone, so as soon as we could catch one, we can just go ahead and evolve it and have 2 Pokemon added to the pokédex at once. There it is. Sure enough, level 5. At that level, it should be pretty easy to catch. Why is it at level 5, though? Let's see here. This might be a little annoying. It's entirely possible that this will be annoying. Well, we gotta cause damage in some way. It might be a slow process, but... Oh, stop that! Well, if everybody's gonna be put to sleep anyway... Is that like all it knows is something? I want to say that's all it knows. That's what it seems like anyway. What does Bubble do to you? And nobody does anything. Glad seeing is not terribly accurate. You kinda have to be paying attention. Oh, we do have a great ball. Hold on a sec, I'm gonna do something while I'm thinking about it. Well, no, cause I might not be able to we might not be able to catch it in a great ball. But as soon as we find that Pokemon who is gonna be on the team next, I'm gonna try a great ball. Alright, Jigglypuff, the balloon Pokemon. Uses its alluring eyes to enrapture its foe. I thought it used its voice. It then sings a pleasing melody that lulls the foe to sleep. Okay, it's a 1-2 punch sort of thing then. I wonder if Jigglypuff is still in the anime. There was this running gag for a long time where Jigglypuff would come along, try to sing to everybody because it wants everybody to hear its voice, but of course singing makes everybody fall asleep. And it would get mad that everybody fell asleep during his performance and would draw on everybody using a permanent marker. Yeah, sure enough, that's all it can do. Weird. You would think it would at least know how to slap, or punch, or pound, whatever its attack is. Anyway, now we're gonna go ahead and catch that teammate that I said we were gonna catch. Who's in the lead right now? Ashchu? Alright. And there it is! That is the Pokemon that is going to be on my team. Generally, I would not be that interested in a Drowsy, but while we were going through the SSN, it occurred to me that my team really was not that balanced. Wow, nice hit, Ashchu. Now, normally I don't really care too much about whether my team is balanced or not when I play these games. I just play with whatever Pokemon I happen to really like. The thing of it is, though, I miss having a Pokemon with confusion on my team. Psychic attacks are really useful. And so, there's a Drowsy nearby. Might as well try to catch one. I'll catch it with a Great Ball. Success! Now I got a couple things to do. Step 1. Which Pokeball are you? Not that one, not that one. You're that Pokeball. So let's see here. Sources. Media file. I did not expect to be catching a Pokemon in a Great Ball so soon, so I am not entirely prepared for this. Let's see here. This will take a moment. Sorry for the wait. On the bright side, you kind of get some behind the scenes action, as I constantly check the dimensions and position of the current Pokeball. Now, where is that Pokeball again? There. The good news is, I already planned on Drowsy joining the team. So there it is. Drowsy, the hypnosis Pokemon. If you sleep by it all the time, it will sometimes show you dreams it has eaten in the past. Really? That sounds awesome! I'm gonna want to sleep with it just to find out the dreams of, like, I don't know, other Pokemon. Oh, I wonder if it's eating the dreams of a Diglett. Because if I dream about being a Diglett, then I would know what the rest of it is like. Alright, since this is a member of our team, what's its name gonna be? Oh! I'm gonna check the spelling on that. A-S-R-I-E-L. A-S-R-I-E-L. Okay, yep, that is the correct spelling. So, your name is going to be Azrael. Like Azrael Dreamer from Undertale, which I wound up streaming at YouTube a couple years ago. That was fun. Anybody who is interested, check out my YouTube channel. The playthrough is still there. Ooh, how many Pokemon is that now? 31. As long as we're here, we're probably never going to actually use it, but might as well get that item finder. Remember, Professor Oak's aide. Caught 30 kinds of Pokemon? Yes. Great, you have caught 31 kinds of Pokemon. Congratulations, here you go. Got the item finder. There are items on the ground that can't be seen. Not entirely sure how that works, kind of think of it. But then again, this is a game world where all the items on the ground tend to be inside Pokeballs. But you don't get to keep the Pokeball. So, we'll just attribute it to video game logic. Item Finder will detect an item close to you. It can't pinpoint it, so you have to look yourself. I already talked about it last time. It's kind of an annoying item to use. So, for the most part, I'm glad that I know where hidden items in general are. I'll show it off when given the chance, just for the sake of showing it off. There's a hidden item nearby a Pokemon Center in the future. I'm going to adjust the brightness of that Great Ball, because it's kind of dark. Let's go here. There. The Great Ball is more visible now. Now then. Got a new Pokemon? Let's get him on my team. Oh, but first... No, not withdraw Pokemon. We're going to withdraw that Moonstone we just had a little bit ago. Oh, we got a couple of them. Only need the one, though. By the way, Pokemon that evolve through Moonstone generally don't learn any attacks once they evolve. So this will kind of put Jigglypuff in a precarious situation, because all it's ever going to know is Sing. Unless some trainer catches it in the future and teaches it a TM. TMs are still fair game. But as far as moves from leveling up, it's not going to happen. Wigglytuff cannot learn attacks from leveling up. Oh, I really want to hug that thing. That looks like such a huggable Pokemon. Does the Pokédex agree? Let's find out. Where is it? Jigglypuff and Wigglytuff must be really separated from... No, I just passed it. Clefairy, Clefable... Oh, it was right there. Derp. Wigglytuff, the balloon Pokemon. Its body is full of elasticity. By inhaling deeply, it can continue to inflate itself without limit. I think that's highly exaggerated. I mean, if we were talking literally about without limit, then theoretically speaking, Wigglytuff could suck in the entire planet's atmosphere. And I don't think that's possible. Either that, or it actually is possible, but no Wigglytuff is dumb enough to try it. Also, fun fact. When a nicknamed Pokemon evolves, it keeps its nickname. But when a Pokemon that doesn't have a nickname evolves, its name changes to its new form. I guess so that you know what it is, because still calling this Jigglypuff would be confusing. Alright, Wigglytuff. Have fun singing everybody to sleep. In the meantime... Hello, Azrael. Welcome to the team. Take a look at you real quick. Let's heal you real quick. By the way, I do not know for certain how much longer I'll be able to stream because I'm expecting pizza at some random point. But when pizza will happen is anybody's guess. I'm guessing close to 7, which is roughly 40 minutes from now. Right. Take a look at Azrael. It's gonna be kind of fun. I'm actually looking forward to having a Drowsy on my team. Ooh, look at all your stuff. You know Pound, you know Hypnosis, you know Disable, and Confusion. Confusion's gonna be super helpful. I mean, when Pepe was on my team, we all saw how useful Confusion was then. And Pepe... And Confusion is not even... how do I word this? Basically, Confusion is better for Psychic Pokemon, and Pepe was not a Psychic Pokemon. And even with Pepe, Confusion was good. So imagine how useful Confusion will be with a Pokemon that is Psychic. Disable, on the other hand, is useless. It just disables a random attack. You can't even decide what attack to disable. So that's going to get replaced with Dream Eater. Dream Eater basically attacks sleeping Pokemon. So the idea here is to use Hypnosis to make a Pokemon fall asleep, and then use Dream Eater, which is not only a pretty powerful attack, but it absorbs HP. It's a healing attack. Downside is Hypnosis is actually kind of inaccurate. I think you basically flip a coin and there you go, that's your odds. So though, definitely gonna be an interesting and useful strategy. With that said, I do believe we are finally ready to move on. And my new teammate will be taking the lead. I kind of like the team I got right now. It's eclectic. Oh boy. Haven't caught an Abra yet. This shouldn't be too strong. Abra's got a strong psychic thing going for it. Also, sleeping Pokemon are easier to catch than Pokemon that are awake. So, haven't caught an Abra yet. Finally get the chance to try. Just going to keep trying. Okay, one more time, and then we're going to kind of camp on it with some hypnosises and see if somebody can come in and weaken it some more. Oh, there it goes. Man, Red is catching a bunch of Pokemon today. Abra, the Psy Pokemon. Why Psy? Why not Psychic? Sleeps 18 hours a day. So it's a cat. If it senses danger, it will teleport itself to safety even as it sleeps. Ha! Showed you! That is totally not true. We were only able to catch it because it was sleeping. That information is false. And I'm getting a whole bunch of text messages. I don't know what is up with that. It might be important. No, it's not important. I feel like that bit of information in the Pokédex is true at some point, though. I feel like I've seen sleeping Pokemon teleport away, but I can't remember in what game. Out of curiosity, how's that Magikarp coming along? It's at level 5, or at least we put it in there at level 5. Is it getting close to level 20? Probably not. By level, it's grown by 3, so it's at level 8. We have no reason to come back for it for a while then. Alright, make a quick stop at the Pokemon Center since we did do a little bit of activity in that fight. Mind you, it was only a single hypnosis. But hey, we might need all the hypnosises we can get. Oh wait. Red Koopa needs to take the lead. Cause level 11 ain't no good. Enough bike riding for the time being. Let's go ahead and walk it. We are now heading to Route 9, I'm guessing. Or maybe Route 7? I'm not really sure. Having that town map would be useful for knowing where I am, but I don't really need it for knowing where we're going. Red knows exactly where he's going. Besides, in regards to just walking it, not really interested in hearing the bike theme for a while. When was the last time we saved? I forget. Saving now. Oh, come to think of it, since we're now over 30 Pokemon, we can have a new message from Professor Oak if he evaluates Red's Pokédex. You have Pokemon with you! You're mine! At least this girl trainer is honest about challenging us. Okay, well, never mind the level difference. Grass versus water is not going to be a good thing. So let's send in Azrael. Here's the unfortunate thing about grass Pokemon in Generation 1. Almost all of them are also psychic Pokemon, or not psychic, almost all of them are also poison Pokemon. Which means most grass Pokemon are weak against psychic attacks. Therefore, Azrael is getting a good start. I think in Generation 1, there is only one solitary Pokemon that is not a poison grass Pokemon. One solitary grass Pokemon that is not a poison grass. That is to say. And unfortunately, that pure grass Pokemon kinda sucks. There's really no reason to use Dream Eater right now. Barely taking any damage. Uh-oh. That's a problem. Let's give somebody else a chance to fight. Who else wants in? Ashchu, me, Erica. Erica wants to fight. Nah, whatever. You can do it, Erica. Come to think of it, she is essentially being tangled by a vine. That is one strong vine. You deceived me! Okay, I was wrong. This is totally like those girls from Route 3. Deceived you how? All you mentioned was that we got Pokemon, and, well, we didn't deceive you there. What did we deceive you with? You need light to get through that dark tunnel ahead. No. How many antidotes do we got? 5. We're right by a Pokemon Center. Might as well just make the trip. Mind you, cutting down that bush is a little tedious. So maybe that'll be the only time that we do that. I think there is another poison grass trainer along the way. I don't think we'll need more than 5 antidotes, though. I think that'll be enough. Let's do a little stat comparison real quick. Erica, me, and Ashchu. Us three, none of us are ever going to evolve. So, kind of curious how we are stat-wise, compared to each other primarily. It's a question of which of us needs the most help. Well, Erica has got the most health. That totally figures. Girls tend to live longer, so yeah. Alright. 28, 28, 29, 22... 35, 24, 32, 27. So I've got better attack and speed, but not so much in defense and special. I kind of had a feeling on that. I noticed that despite having an attack as good as Body Slam, it was not causing a whole lot of damage against certain Pokemon. Also special 22. Okay, I've got higher speed then. So Erica's strength is in her defense right now. Meanwhile, Ashu, 33, 20, 46, 30. So Ashu is actually stronger than all of us. I think. I don't know. I'm bad at remembering numbers. Okay, I've got a slightly higher attack. But we're basically on par with each other. Actually, attack-wise, we're both on par with Dinoplant. Interesting. Well, I got the information I wanted anyway. Erica definitely needs some help with getting some strength. TM30. What is TM30? Teleport. Yeah, we're selling that. Let's skip you for the moment. I'm curious how many trainers we could bypass on this route. And then, once we reach the other end, we'll double back and go after the ones we missed. Route 9. Okay, that's what I thought. Cerulean City to Rock Tunnel. Not skipping you. I got up early every day to raise my Pokemon from cocoons. Oh my goodness, are you a bug trainer who actually evolved his Pokemon? Cool. Mind you, you're not the first. We encountered another guy who had a Caterpie that was kind of painful. Okay, what do? As a poisonous Pokemon... send an Erica. Hopefully Fury Attack is not too strong. Nah, I'm not overly concerned. Beedrill. Beedrill's kind of a disappointing Pokemon. It looks like it'll be a cool Pokemon to raise, but it never learns any really good attacks. Although, Focus Energy might be an issue, combined with Fury Attack. Focus Energy increases the odds of you getting a critical hit. And we've already established before that Fury Attack and other attacks that hit more than once in a turn, if the first hit is a critical hit, all hits are a critical hit. Oh, you got 2 Beedrills. Alright. I feel like, though, that Focus Energy might be a glitched attack. Either that, or the equivalent item is... It's either Focus Energy or the item equivalent. I can't remember what the item does, but there's an item that does the same thing. One of them is glitched, to where instead of increasing the odds of getting a critical hit, it actually lessens the odds of getting a critical hit. What? What a total waste of time. Not really. Beedrill is still kind of a cool Pokemon, even if it's not that strong. I have to collect more than bugs to get stronger. Yeah, but then you wouldn't be a bug catcher. Alright, first things first. Oh, I should have used the item finder. Shown how that works. I'll get another chance sometime. Anyway, ether is a nice thing to have. What kind of Pokemon we got in here? Put Ashton in front for the moment, just to see what we got. Maybe we'll find something of interest. Once again, won't really search for very long. I mean, this is a live stream. Kinda gotta keep things moving. Oh, hey, another Nidoran. There are wild Nidorans out here. To think, had I been turned into a Nidoran out here, I would have started at level 18. And we got Nidorinas here. That there is what Erica could evolve into. Well, since Erica is not going to evolve, we're going to go ahead and catch it and add it to the Pokédex. So, that's kind of cool. Should that be enough? Kind of think of it, we got a rare candy, and Erica just leveled up. Might want to use that rare candy on her. We need all the levels we can get. Alright, Nidorina, the poison pin Pokemon. When resting deep in its burrow, its thorns always retract. This is proof that it is relaxed. Retractable spines. That sounds pretty convenient. Anyway, since Erica just leveled up, that means now is a good time to use this rare candy, because that means we're not wasting potential experience or something like that. Point is, it's better to use a rare candy now when she just leveled up, rather than when she's like 10 experience points from leveling up. So that was a cool Pokemon to find. Gotta catch 'em all. As if that was possible. But even now, it is impossible in Generation 1, unless you use a glitch. All because of Mew. Oh, and wouldn't you know it, there's a Nidorino here. That there is what I could evolve into. I'm not terribly interested in becoming that. I already mentioned this in the last stream, but Nidorinos are kind of bulky, and I don't like the idea of being all bulky. I'm gonna show you how much better it is to remain a Nidoran. I'm gonna take out the bully, so to say. Although, it's probably kind of rude to assume that this Nidorino is a bully. My horn attack is better than your horn attack. Well, it was until you leered at me. Well, if the Nidorina was this easy to catch, maybe the Nidorina will be too. Nidorino, the poison pin Pokemon. Its horns contain venom. If they are stabbed into an enemy, the impact makes the poison leak out. Maybe that gives some insight into how my poison works. I mean, I would assume that my horn isn't just drooling poison. At the same time, though, that information is kind of disappointing, because I imagine it would be pretty neat if, on a whim, I could just squirt poison out of my horn. Eradicate! Okay, Ashu, we won't force you to deal with this. Let's let Azrael help in catching this Pokemon. Make it fall asleep. Hopefully make it fall asleep. While we're at it, might as well show off this neat old Dream Eater attack here. That'll definitely be helpful. Boy, we're just going through all our Pokeballs all at once. Gonna want to make a return trip to Cerulean just to buy some more. Oh. Okay, here's what we're gonna have to do. Gonna have to weaken this thing even more. Only got one Pokeball left, so gonna want to make this count. Could use a Leech Seed, but I want to kind of weaken it as much as I can before throwing in a Leech Seed. Man, that Hyper Fang would have been so scary had Dinoplant not already growled at it. Although the flinching is not helpful. Oh, critical hit. Time for the Leech Seed now. Throw in Azrael. Hopefully make it fall asleep before Leech Seed drains it of the rest of its health. Okay, last chance for Hypnosis to work. Otherwise, we're just going to have to throw a Pokeball and hope for the best. Actually, it probably could survive another late seeding, but why take chances? As long as it's in the red. Aww. Yeah. Could have taken a little bit more damage there. Well, in the meantime, good chance for Red Koopa to get some experience. Red Koopa doesn't even have to do anything. Just absorb the health being leached from the seeds. How does that work anyway? Like, I can understand if a grass Pokemon, like, coils its vines around the Pokemon to steal its health, but when you switch to a Pokemon that is not a grass Pokemon, how do the seeds still give you energy? Alright, that was the last of our Pokeballs, and after all that Pokemon hunting, definitely could use some health. And more Pokeballs. Supposedly I have 15 minutes left. But it's 15 minutes until pizza. And I am fine with this. Funny thing about pizza and me, a long time ago, in particular when I was in school, I did not like pizza. I thought it was absolutely disgusting. And I'll tell you why. It was because it was the school pizza. And the school pizza was basically, well, it was awful. It was basically a rectangle of pizza. This rectangle-shaped loaf of bread. Well, it wasn't really a loaf of bread. It was still very bready, though. Like, it wasn't pizza dough. It was like bread, almost, with like cheese and sausage sprinkled on top, and that stuff was not very good. It wasn't until years later in high school that I finally got to try a pizza that was not a rectangle, and that was delicious. And I've been addicted to pizza ever since. In fact, there was a point where my school would be getting pizza, the high school that is, getting pizza from Pizza Hut. It was just a thin crust pizza made for the school, so it wasn't like their super fancy delicious pan pizzas, but still, their thin crust pizza was still pretty good. The thing of it is, that pizza was so popular that if you were not fast enough to get in the lunch line, you would not be getting that pizza. And so, I would actually run to the lunchroom to ensure that I got my pizza. I got kind of made fun of because I would do that. And let me tell you, when it comes to high school, getting made fun of was a regular annoying occurrence. But that, in particular, was worth it. Okay, you need to be paralyzed, or start using string shot. Waste some turns with some string shot. Stop using tackle. This bug catcher might not be smart enough to evolve you, but so far it's definitely smart enough to not waste turns with string shot. Ow. Let's bring in somebody else. That did not go according to plan. Well, it's a good thing I'm in here. Oh, now they start using string shot. And last is, oh, there's a plot twist. What are you capable of? I know you're also a poisonous Pokemon, so no reason to try using Poison Sting. What frightens me a little is it's a Pokemon that is capable of learning psychic attacks. Why take chances? Get Azrael in here. Oh gosh. Yeah, we're not dealing with that. Oh, sure enough, it knows Confusion. That would have kind of hurt. You know what? Just use Confusion back. Don't even worry about wasting time with making it fall asleep. Your health isn't that low yet anyway. Dream Eater wouldn't be that useful. Just get rid of it before it supersonics you. My bugs! If you don't like bug Pokemon, you bug me! Haha. I actually do like bug Pokemon. I had one on my team earlier in this adventure. Put you back in front. Won't actually train you. Oh, we got another grassy spot here. But we can switch Red Koopa out at the start of battles. Oh boy, we can skip a whole bunch of these trainers, can't we? Feel like there's something down here. Nope, I was wrong. All that's down here is another trainer. I don't think there's an item over here, but just in case. Nope. Item finder isn't responding. Well, we're almost to the Pokemon Center. At the end of this trail. And I guess we'll double back to get at all these other trainers in the next stream. In the meantime, we are now at Route 10. Now here's something interesting. We got all this water here. If any of us could surf on the water, we could wrap around to a power plant that is located right around down here somewhere. You can't see it from here, but there's a power plant just below that ledge. We can't get to it right now, though. Alright, while I'm thinking about it, there's definitely a hidden item here. Yes, item finder indicates there's an item nearby. I think it's at the top of the screen, so if we take one step down, all of a sudden we can't find it. So that tells us that it is hidden somewhere in the top row. And I know exactly where it is. Just have to kind of cut our way to it. It's right here. So that's how Item Finder works. And now that I've demonstrated it, we can go ahead and put it in the PC. While we're here, we'll take the opportunity to try to locate a couple more Pokemon to add to the Pokédex, and then we'll end the stream. No, not Bill's PC. We do want the PC, Red. Go to your PC. Man, you'd think he would know how to use a computer. Still gotta sell that TM30 at some point. Anything else? It's worth noting that we still have one Moonstone sitting inside Red's PC. If I wanted to, I could have Red evolve the Nidorino or Nidorina that we just caught, and get Nidoking and Nidoqueen in the Pokédex. However, there's only 5 Moonstones in the entire game, and so far we've already used 3 of them. Although I don't plan on evolving me or Erica, want to save the last 2 just in case we do. I think that's good enough for the items. Now let's see if we can catch anything of interest. Because I know there's a couple new Pokemon right here in Route 10. In fact, do you remember how I just said that there was a power plant nearby? That means we got these guys. Great timing, Magnemite. You segued into this conversation perfectly. Now, how easy are you to catch? Not hard at all. So Magnemite, the magnet Pokemon. It is born... It is born? Really? I would not have expected a Pokemon like that to be born in some way. That just raises all sorts of questions. It is born with the ability to defy gravity. It floats in air on powerful electromagnetic waves. In other words, it's using the planet's magnetic field to make itself float. It makes me wonder, realistically speaking, how strong would a magnet have to be in order to make itself float using the Earth's gravitational field? Because there's some pretty strong magnets out there, and you certainly don't see them floating off the ground. I think after a point, a magnetic field can get strong enough that it can actually be poisonous. Like Jupiter's magnetic field and Saturn's magnetic field, you do not want to get inside those. That would be bad news bears. Or is it poisonous? It might actually just be to the point where electronics start failing. Like maybe they're just giant EMPs. Alright, there's one other Pokemon that I know is in this grass. Whether we'll actually find it before the stream ends, it's not looking promising, I'll tell you that. But we're not going to be heading into that cave or fighting any more trainers before the stream ends, so it is worth taking the time to look right now. Just to pass the time until I have to leave. Tell you what, these Magnemites are certainly common. The Pokemon that I'm looking for is Machop. We've encountered a couple of those on this adventure already. A couple of trainers on the SSN had them. Machop would actually be pretty helpful for the cave coming up. It's got some rock Pokemon in it. However, we've got a water Pokemon and a grass Pokemon on my team, and those guys are also useful against rock Pokemon. Not to mention, me and Erica both have Double Kick, which is also useful against rock Pokemon. Apparently, though, Machop is not an easy Pokemon to find. Oh, there was something I wanted to do while I was in Pewter City. And I was thinking about it while I was there. It was inside the museum. And I was thinking of it as I was going off to get my items shuffled and put in the PC. But it's like, oh, I'll worry about it when I come back to the museum, because I have to come back anyway. Oh hey, got another chance at Eradicate. It's not a very important thing that I missed in Pewter City. I'm just kind of curious about a guy who commented on how Ashchew seemed to be untamed. And it's like, well, after Ashchew gets tamed a bit... Anyway. After Ashchew gets tamed a bit, would he have a different comment? That is what I was wondering. And again, it's not terribly important, but I am somewhat bummed that I did not think of it. Okay, you seriously need to start being paralyzed. Actually, what we should have did was make you fall asleep. Paralysis helps with catching, but sleep is even better. Did not want to use Vine Whip. lower that attack, please. Well, if we don't find that Machop, and we probably aren't, I will at least feel okay about catching Eradicate. And that's all the growling that I can reasonably do. Yeah, at this point the game should be giving me great balls now. Do any of us have the ability to lower its attack? Well, Red Koopa does. With some Tail Whip. Try to lower that thing's defense as much as you can, Red Koopa. Hopefully, that Raticate does not get in a critical hit. No, I hadn't even considered that possibility. Lowering Red Koopa's defense. That'll kind of negate all the growling that just happened. Okay, one more Tail Whip should do it. That'll lower its defense all the way. Drat. Okay. Basically have one last resort. And unfortunately it means bringing Dino Plant in, and he's in a rough spot. But if we can get lucky, we'll get an Elite Seed, which will lower its HP just a tiny bit more. And maybe that'll help. Nope. Maybe it'll survive with 1 HP. Okay. Last chance. My gosh. This game should have definitely been giving us some great balls in stores. Well, at least we're getting some levels out of this. So no Raticate, and could not find Machop. Ah, well. At this point, I'm kind of out of time, so... down at the bottom of the screen is all of my patrons. It's definitely not worth going back to Pewter City at this point. Also, Red's got 3 Pokeballs left. And there is one Pokemon in this cave that would be nice to have. And it would also be a tough Pokemon to catch. It's not vital to catch it. How's our Pokédex coming along? 36? So we only need 14 more Pokemon to ensure that Red gets that item that I really want. I think we're on track for that. Just evolving us and getting new teammates is going to get us where we need to be. So, not terribly concerned about it. Anyway, I just got the text message that says the pizza is arrived. So, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream and head to where the pizza has arrived. Thank you guys for watching!